I'm Shoestring Jane. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things thrifty, frugal and money saving. And today I'm just going to discuss frugal self-care and show you just some of the things that I do to look after myself on a budget. I will say that I did spend quite a lot of time just chatting, just looking at my cup. I was lying in bed and I obviously did want to show you my completely makeup free, haggard first thing in the morning face. So you do spend quite a lot of time looking at my teacup. So go off and do the washing up while you're listening or something. And also my camera wobbles about quite a lot because I've got a fidgety foot. So it was wobbling the whole bed around. Anyway, you'll see when you get there. Here are some things that I've been doing today for frugal self-care.
Time for us all to get up. So exhausted from sleeping all night. Should we get up and make a cup of tea, Archie? You're not bothered, are you? Well, I am. Come on. Let's go. Let's make a cup of tea. Come on then. Yes, it's a very nice kissy. Thank you for that. First cup of tea of the day is the best cup of tea. And I always have a real one because most of the time, the rest of the day, I have decaffeinated tea. This one's a real one. Let's leave that to brew for a minute. Hello, darling. Do you want your breakfast? Oh, and you want your breakfast? Come on then, let's go do that. I like my first cup of tea strong. Justin says I make it too strong. He doesn't like this. Or he likes it brewed for a lot less time. But this is a perfect cup of tea for me. So we've come back to bed with our cup of tea. Archie enjoys that almost as much as I do. He loves coming back to bed with or without me and Justin. He'll rush back to bed after we've got up and made the tea. So even if we go off and have a shower or something, he'll come straight back to bed. So piles of blankets on still, although it was very much not so cold last night. So I was kind of turfing the blankets off. So yes, so today I've got some things I've got to do work-wise. I have to make and edit this video. I have to write an article for Mouthy Money, who I write for. You should check out their website if you don't know it. And I just wanted to start the day with a few self-care type things today, because I feel like I have had one of those, well, the last week, and not so much the weekend, but certainly last week, where my week was really busy but really fragmented and I was kind of darting from place to place. So today I want to try and just start the day with a few bits of nice self-care, but then just do a kind of concerted effort at getting things done. So a few things I'm going to do today. I'm just going to do the roots, my hair roots, because I do my own roots. I have done forever, really. I think I've only ever had my hair done professionally one time. And honestly, I do it. It looks fine when I do it. It perhaps isn't as good, I don't know, but it costs me a couple of pounds as opposed to, I don't know, £50 upwards to get your hair dyed at the hairdressers. I don't know what it is these days. I know it varies quite a lot. It could do with a cut, but because I'm trying not to overspend this month, because I did it quite a lot at the beginning of the month, I said in previous videos, I don't want to carry on going mad. And I actually think it could do with growing out a little bit. So I'm letting it grow. I'm cutting my own fringe, which I can manage to do. And I will do my own roots. I've been ignoring them, actually. I haven't done them for probably a good 6 weeks. Also, I think I might have got Justin's cold. Justin's not been well. He's been really unwell for about a week and a half. He's had what felt like a bit of a cold or an upset tummy, actually, to start with. A bit of a cold and then a proper flu. So he has been not so as not to travel around too much. He's been mostly at his mum's, so he's not been home very much at all this week. But I think I have been avoiding his cold in theory, but I think I might have it because I do have a bit of a bunged up nose. He's done loads of COVID testing because we thought, maybe it could be COVID, but it wasn't. He has to be very, very careful because his mum's vulnerable. So he has to know, and she goes into a dialysis unit. So obviously the other people are vulnerable. So we're always very, very aware that we don't want to be passing anything nasty on to the oldies. The other thing I'm going to do is my nails today. My nails are really bad. They just, let's see if I can get them. They're very short. I did go through a phase where I had, this one's quite short and dirty, where I had a phase of having them done, the gel nails done, and it was a bit of a treat, and I did them a few times last year, but I can't really justify it, to be honest. And also I found it wrecked the nails underneath when they came off. The nails underneath, and they still are, so I've put a little bit of just clear nail hardener on now. Completely wrecked. It was nice to have nails that didn't break all the time, but they were all scratched up and looking really sad and thin, so I thought, well, no, actually I don't want to do that. So I've been just trying to keep them short, filing off any rough edges. I don't spend ages doing it, but I'll do this today, and putting this clear nail varnish on them. Then I'll put a colour on top, of just the brassy, bronzy colour that I like using, because I'm not very accurate and it's not so dark that you notice every little mistake. But yeah, they break all the time. I've never had strong nails ever in my life. And when I got diagnosed with hyperthyroidism, and I think my nails particularly really suffered, and that is a thing with thyroid problems, I believe. And luckily my hair wasn't too bad. Other people have terrible problems with their hair, although I think that might be more so with hypothyroidism, when you've got a low functioning thyroid. The more I talk, the croakier my voice is getting, so perhaps I do have Justin's lurgy. Anyway, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do my nails. I'm going to do my eyebrows. Again, my eyebrows, I've had them waxed a few times. I do enjoy having my eyebrows waxed, actually, because I can't see very well without glasses. And then when I'm trying to pluck my own eyebrows, I find I just can't really see. So I have to do it with my glasses on and try to pluck my eyebrows around the rims of my glasses, which is not easy. However, because I'm not spending lots of money this month, there's no way I'm going to go and get my eyebrows waxed, so I shall be plucking those as well today with my magnifying mirror, and just trying to stop them looking quite so untidy. I do have to do some work today, having said that, so I can't talk all day. I'm going to finish my tea, get my roots done, have a nice bath while that's taking, and then I will do a bit of yoga, and by which time I would imagine I would need to take the boy out. He's quite happy in the mornings for a few hours, but come about 9 o'clock and he will want to go out. It's currently 7:30, 7:15, something like that. Anyway, let's get on. So I look tired this morning. I think I look tired every morning. So this is all I'm using, is a nice and easy box. You end up with so many of these things, don't you, the conditioners? So this is a new pack, so I haven't used these at all. So I'll make half a pack, last me two lots of roots. I'll keep these gloves. I don't like these gloves they give you in they've gone, the little pathetic plastic gloves that they give you. I don't like those at all. So I've got some of these, and I keep these going. And then I'll use more or less half of this. So I literally do it by eye. So I reckon that's about half. That's about right, maybe a little tiny bit more. And that's for next time. And roughly half of this, not so easy. I've put an old sweatshirt on, by the way, that I use for cleaning, and I don't mind if it gets anything on it, rather than a towel around my shoulders, which I find is just like gets in the way. So just roughly. And that's about half. If you mix it all up, you obviously can't save it, so I don't mix it all up. I've got itchy nose. Another sign of a cold, maybe. And I'm just mixing it all up. It smells gross, doesn't it? I'm sitting at my lovely new old vintage dressing table. I just love this. I love the fact that it's got drawers and I can keep all my makeup and bits and pieces in one of the drawers. Although I've got my big pile of books on the side. Obviously, you need to be able to get to those, don't you? I'm literally going to just do the roots. Yes, I have got my glasses on. I'll have to take them off at some point because I don't want them to get covered, the rims to get covered in hair dye. This is better than, I used to just buy a whole pack and put it on every single time. That's when it was a colour rather than blonde. And this only takes to my hair because obviously I've gone grey. And then I just go through sectioning it off. Actually, I need somewhere to put this down. It will be okay on the coaster, I think. Cough is coming. I need to take the vitamin C this morning. And I do love going to the salon to get my hair done. Don't get me wrong. Somebody else fiddling with my hair, I find the most relaxing thing ever. Especially when you go into those fancy hairdressers and they do you a nice head massage as part of the deal. Oh, I just love that. But I love more having money in my bank at the end of each month and being debt free. So if that means doing my own hair, I'll do my own hair. I did go through a phase of cutting my own hair. I wasn't very good at it, but it was okay. It was okay. It did over COVID. So I'm kind of taking it around the back now so I can get the back done at the same time. Obviously I can't see what's going on around the back, so, you know, I might be doing it really badly, but I just kind of do it by feel. And I cut my daughter's hair as well because hers was just long and she wanted a few layers in it. She's done it herself since as well, which involved just scooping all of the hair on top of the head. She had very long hair because the shortest part will end up as quite a short layer in a really tight ponytail and just literally pulling it up and snip, snip, snip. You can see lots of people doing it on YouTube. And the hairdressers watching this will be going, no, stop, give us some business. Well, you know, if you've got the money, then do it. That's the thing about being a hairdresser. I don't think you'll ever be unemployed because everybody always wants their hair done. And there are some things that I won't do, like, you know, I'm not going to try and do my own layered haircut because I'm not a hairdresser and I don't have the skills. Although I know a lot of people learn them, so I could do if I wanted to, but if I'm really skint and I want my hair done, I go to the local beauty college, hair and beauty college, and they do it for £7.50, I think it is now. But it does take a long time, so if I'm busy, I just don't get time to do that because the students have to get checked all the time, signed off by their tutor, which is also reassuring because the tutor will come along and correct any mistakes that they've made. And they've never really made anything major, to be honest. And I've had better haircuts in the beauty college than I've had from a fully qualified and experienced hairdresser. I remember a year or so ago I was complaining that my hair was really, really wonky because some woman had rushed it. She really did. She rushed out the door. She'd gone before I'd even finished paying. She was clearly in a rush. And I didn't notice at the time until I started blow drying it myself. It was just, one side was just thicker and longer than the other. She'd layered into one side and it meant that other hairdressers couldn't quite see how to correct it. I have to take these off now. So I just had to let it grow out. It really took a long time and I was not impressed. Yes, let's do that on the back of my ears. Anyway, you probably don't need to see the whole of me doing my hair. This gives you a gist, and you can see I'm going around the back. I do about half of it, and then when I do the other side, I'll do the other half. You can't see I'm going around the back because all of the camera and mirrors are facing forward. So anyway, I'll carry on, get that done. Then I leave it for 25 minutes or so while I run a bath. And then I'll rinse it all off. So, got my mirror in the light so I can see. Can't keep it like this though because I can't see. So if you're a bit short-sighted and you haven't got a magnifying mirror yet, do get one. I haven't done them for ages. I've actually been trying to get them to grow a little bit bushier because years of over plucking in my teens have meant they've never really been very thick since. So I try and err on the side of keeping them quite thick. So many of them are pale now, so I get away with not doing them very much. Could do with a tint though, because they are quite pale. I also had them threaded a couple of times. First time was quite good. Second time, she actually did them wonky. And one was thin, much thinner than the other, in this sort of area here. And they've never grown back properly since. One kind of more or less done. Let's try the other one. So your eyes end up looking hideous in these magnifying mirrors and your pores are huge. So if you've got any spots, it's a bit scary. See what I mean? My flipping, they're in the way, the glasses, so it's quite difficult to do. I might get some wax strips actually. I used them before, which I could do the bigger bits and then just go around the edge with my tweezers. Yeah, I've still got a lot of like blonde hairs there. I'm not going to worry too much about those. Just try and get the shape more or less even. Anyway, I'm not going to spend too long on these because I need to go and dry my hair before I take the boy out after the yoga when I get back, I think. So I'm thinking that these kind of sort of self-care efforts that I'm making, which I do maybe, I don't know, once a week, once a fortnight, are like daily for some people. I think I'm quite a low maintenance kind of gal, you know. I think I've got more interesting things to do than make sure that my eyebrows and my hair is perfect and my nails are perfect, especially when I walk the dog so much and do gardening and decorating and things. This one's just broken off, this nail, so there's not a lot of I can do. Plus I've got like fingers like this. I've got such bad arthritis that they're so wonky. Sorry to give you the finger. But you don't necessarily want to draw attention to your hands. So there's not much you need to do here, really. Also cut my thumb the other day. Sliced into it there. I didn't realise when I was slicing celery to make the soup. That one's come right off again. So it's really hard. You can see why I was kind of tempted by the gel nails, because my nails just break. And it was so lovely not to have nails that broke all the time. This is the colour I like doing. This is a Miracle Gel Sally Hansen. It's not a miracle. It doesn't stay on all the time. It stays on for a few days and you just have to do it again. But it's very pale, so it's easy enough for me to do it without, as I say, having to be super accurate. And it just covers up all of the scuffs at the top of my nails from when I was having the gel nails done, because they say they look nice when you're doing them, but absolutely wreck your nails underneath it. So one of my friends from work has great nails all the time and they're natural, and she says she just spends a few minutes each night just giving them a file, and she's always got nail varnish on. She says that actually keeps her nails from breaking. I found if I do it all the time, the opposite effect happens, especially on my toes. harder to do this because I am right-handed. So as you can see, I'm not an expert on doing nails. I make a minor effort every now and then. So wouldn't it be lovely to have all the money and the time in the world to just go and have regular manicures and pedicures and have your nails looking lovely? But actually, although I think that sounds lovely, I think I'd get really bored doing that, and I still think I wouldn't care that much. They'll do, won't they? Are you coming to help me? Should we do downward facing dog together? We could do, couldn't we? Archie's saying, I've waited long enough for you, Mother. Finish yoga. We need to go out. Go on then, boy. So this wasn't today, as today's absolutely throwing it down, but wasn't it a beautiful day yesterday? And I think getting outside is part, or should be part, of everyone's self-care. A few hours work. But also a bit of me time, a few breaks and a bit of time for reading and rest and recuperation. I think that's really important when you're looking after yourself. So that's what I've been doing. Let me know in the comments what kind of frugal self-care tips you would like to share with people, and whether you would do any of the things, or you do any of the things that I was doing this morning, or whether you do things differently, and what little frugal treats you allow yourself. And don't forget to give me the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe so you know next time I'm publishing something, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.